All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. Let's get started once again with this video today. This is going to be a powerful one, man. And I can already feel the energy from last night's channeling, where I had tapped into Sire Osmosis's energy. He's a Vega starseed being, and I have been able to get some major insights, epiphanies, and downloads from him last night, as well as thank you to all the new people who have joined. Shout out to Orca, shout out to Zos. Okay, shout out to all the people who are finding out about this path working and choosing to indulge and really explore their own spiritual worlds and their own spiritual realm. I really appreciate that. And I think this has been a very fascinating journey for me as I'm slowly shaking off the negative residue and stepping into a positive equivalent exchange, a positive experience of life. And I can prove it to you guys that if you notice right here, okay, I just set it off, but this candle's been burning overnight, okay, the Christ candle. So very, very powerful to understand that that light is not going to dim for me. You guys get that? The light is not going to dim for me. It is there to support me. And I really want to also bring up, because this is a Venus energy of Jesus, and we're moving into, I believe, Taurus and Venus are interacting right now on the planet. And Taurus is more so associated with Krishna. So our revelations right now at the end of Apex April is that Krishna and Christ are facing each other as two light beings. And being able to understand this dichotomy, I think we can learn a lot about ourselves. Now, I want to speak to you how to control your mind, okay? Back here is one of my favorite mentors, my masters, one of my gurus, Padmasambhava. And, I really, really resonate with him, and I've got so much value from his teachings. King Vajra, I like to call him, okay? He embodies all the masculine archetypes, so king, warrior, magician, lover. And yeah, man, this is such a powerful and uplifting journey, because there's more greatness around the corner, and I can feel it. Okay, I can really understand what's happening there, underneath the surface. Someone was asking me, by the way, why do I have that Makara, that reptilian looking being? It's not a reptilian being, okay? It is the sea monster of the Hindu pantheon. And again, Hindi, right? We were actually meant to be called Sindhis for the Indus Valley, right? So Hindu is actually a Persian word that they use, okay? So Sanatan Dharma is the actual understanding of it. And within Hinduism, right, there are many different religions. It's interesting. It's like a religion, but then there's more religions underneath that religion, right? So it's very vast. It can get very confusing. So what I would advise you to do, okay, is to pick one mantra. I'm going to share one. Actually, I'm going to share two with you. You can follow two of these path workings, whichever one you want to do. Both bring you an incredible energy. I myself am more fond of combining both. So I'll do one day and then I'll take a break and do the other day. But that's up to you. Many people prefer to just do one daily, and 108 is the number. Okay, 108 times. And a mantra, by the way, is a mind instrument, a mind tool for delivering or freeing itself, right? So understanding that your mind has this capacity to free itself through these ancient sounds. So Om Namah Shivaya, right, taps you into the five elements. by understanding that there's these 5 forms that you're activating with it. Okay. So that's one mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, very common one for Lord Shiva. Okay. Now, on the other hand, we have Padmasambhava's mantra. I want to give you these two as kind of beginner starter packs for somebody who wants to experiment with this and is very new to this. Okay. A lot of people have reported back incredible things to me about using specific mantras, but let's do an experiment. Let's look forward to this and do this every day. I want to choose one mantra for next month, which is going to be Mana May, okay? Which is all about finding that Shakti, finding that charge, that electricity that is already within us, and we just have to activate it. We just have to find a way to tap into that eternal essence, okay? It's the nectar of life, man. You got to tap into it somehow or some way, okay? And I'll be sharing with you the ABCDE method, of course, a very easy way for you to crystallize this and gain the most benefit of calming and controlling the mind, okay? So your mind's a knife. Your mind's a knife. You can put it in the hands of a surgeon. He's going to cure someone, save someone's life. Put it in the hands of a serial killer. He's going to stab someone, right? Take someone's life. So understand it's not the knife's fault, right? Knife is completely empty, no attachment. Just like Krishna's flute, no attachment, right? It's completely empty. It is the beauty of Krishna ji that is flowing that music through his lips, through this empty vessel or this shell, so that it can create an instrumentalization, right? I'm tapping into like osmosis's word alchemy here. So looking at yourself as a musical instrument, like we said yesterday, but also really understanding this acronym, okay? So let me just share screen. I love sharing screen and teaching you guys like this. I feel like teaching is something so fascinating to me. I love it. I can't get enough, guys. Such a beautiful and joyous experience. Let me just edit this video right now so we can have comments coming in. Hold on, hold on. So it's not. Okay, okay. Just saving some changes on this so you guys can possibly comment something. Okay. Live video. Live and direct. Here we have it. Activating your inner lightning. Let's go. Okay, I have the chat right here. Okay, cool. So we have, actually, let's use the text box here. A, B, C, D, E, okay? So the second, oh yeah, I want to tell you this mantra too. So this mantra is, so let's say Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya Namaha. Okay. Then we have Om Vajra Guru. So Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om. Okay. These two are your beginners ones. So just look them up. You can have them playing on YouTube. You can start off like that if you don't feel like chanting it out loud at first. But listening to these, it's going to bump up your vibration, right? So you know what Neville Goddard, Devil Goddard, what the hell? Exactly. Um, no. Neville Goddard is a genius. Okay, Neville Goddard is a genius, and so you know how he says feeling is the secret, right? You got to figure this out. So you have a cup full of water. All right, man, you have a cup full of water. Okay. Now what? Or let's say it's like a giant rock or whatever in here, right? This is all your past baggage, old ideas, old insights or whatever. And then you have this other reality that you're trying to stuff inside this cup, but this is taking its place. So what do? You empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water, and then you get rid of this one, right? You learn how to let go of this old story, this one, okay? So that this new reality can come in, okay? And that's the way that, and that's just the way it is, okay? Things will never be the same. So if you need help with this process, okay, set up a session with me, one-on-one or two-on-one, whatever you guys prefer, and let's get it handled, okay? Let's get rid of any energy blocks, right, that are in the way. But this is automatically going to do the work for you, okay? These mantras are going to do the work for you. You have to understand the mantra is the deity, okay? You got to understand this. The form is through the language and the speech, the specific way that you say the mantra, right? So you'll notice that if you as a man or woman tap into Shiva's mantra, you're going to tap into Shiva's essence. If you do the second one, you're going to tap into Padmasambhava's essence, okay? Both have a very high level of power and compassion and strength, and so it's powerful, guys. Very, very powerful. Let's repeat it 5 times, okay? Let's do Padmasambhava's one, okay? I'm a huge Shiva devotee. However, I am following a Vajrayana path working first and foremost. This is my, of course we have Jason Kapa, but I'm more so connected to Padmasambhava's teachings. And eventually in the future, I do want to take guru empowerment for Padmasambhava some way, somehow. I'll find a way. The signs will show up. But let's do it 5 times. Okay, let's go. Just follow along with me. Just tap into your energy. Just imagine the outline of your body right now, okay? And just see if you can, your frequency is down here. See if you can pull it up with the mantra. See if you can just ride on the wave of the mantra like a surfer, okay? And bring yourself up, bring your consciousness up, because that's really what Neville Goddard was teaching, right? To live is the wish fulfilled, and to embody that, to feel that for a long period of time until that's your dominant state of being, right? You have to assume it to be true. And the assumption is the unconscious understanding of it, right? So your assumptions create your beliefs, is his understanding. So let's tap in, okay? 5 times. Focus on your heart space. So bring your mind's energy to your heart space and see if you can raise your vibration up with this, okay? Let's go. Om Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om Om Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om Om Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Om. Okay, let's go. Hearts in the chat if you're watching. Let's go. Cool. So this is a very powerful one. Shall we do 5 of the Shiva one too? Thumbs up. Yes. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're tapped in already. We got this. Let's go. Om Namo Shivaya. Okay, let's do it without the Namaha. Yeah. Start again. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Okay. And also one of my personal favorites is Soham Shivaham. I just rep this like wild. I rep it like wild as I'm crossing the streets, as I'm going somewhere. I'm just like, I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva, I'm Shiva. Right? It's stacking to a level where it's like, I am that I am Shiva. Right? That's what I'm saying. So hum means so I am. Okay. So we're tapping in here. Prosper P here. What's up, man? Good to have you on here. So we're talking about these mantras, Shiva mantras, these two. And then, of course, we have Hamas and Bhavas. Okay, let's separate these from each other. Okay, so we just went through it. Om Namah Shivaya. Okay, so Hum Shiva Hum. Then we have Om Ahum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum, which has a dope rhythm to it. I like this one, to be honest with you guys. So powerful, so powerful. Raises your frequency. If you're ever going through anything depressing or dark or negative right now in your life, this is the mantra to use. This, oh my goodness. You will never be the same again. I can firmly say that. Okay. All right, let's get to this acronym. So, A, what is A? Associations. What are you associating into your mind? Okay. Are you associating with the right kinds of people who are intelligent, level-headed, peaceful, you know, um, strategic? Well, who are you associating yourself with? What are you associating yourself with? What are your associations? It's really important to consider this before calming or controlling the mind. Okay. Because first of all, we have to ultimately notice that other people's energies can affect yours, correct? So number one, associations. Okay. Number two, B is books. I would say the right kinds of books. Okay. Prosper P says, I like to visualize the mantras of bubble around me while I'm meditating to tune into the frequency. That's really good, man. There's many different ways to visualize, right? We can spend a whole day talking about this, but honestly, I like to sometimes imagine that me and the deity are merging like two cups of water, kind of crashing into each other. This is a one that I got from my father. Uh, like two cups of water, right? And they're both, the glass shatters and like there's just water, right? And it just merges in, and it the water flows like a river stream through my crown to my root, right? And then what I do is inhale, take the mantra through that space in between. So I take the mantra right through my central channel. It's a very powerful maneuver right there. Okay, some spirit hacks for you guys. Amazing. So, and you can also understand that if the mantra really is the deity, right? You can imagine the deity and the mantra floating around them as well, as you're visualizing perhaps Padmasambhava. You know, he has a lot of things going on here, right? He has his warrior staff, he has his vajra, he's carrying like a candle, and so a few, I think these are things his devotees gave him, flowers around him, you know, all of these different symbols, right? So if you can start getting really crystal clear and sharp about your visualization of this specific being, and then imagining, of course, you have to be, originally you would have to have empowerment from a guru. However, you have to understand that these teachings are very sacred, right? That's why they're more occult, kept hidden, and so people don't misuse them, right? It's like people can use this energy of mantras and really just like become diabolical with them, you know? Um, so it's like a big responsibility to be able to use this and just like embody it and move your life forward, you know, in the best way possible with it. But basically, you want to imagine the guru in your heart, okay, the deity in your heart. And from that, you really start tapping into this energy, this high vibration, right? You start calming the mind all the way down. I helped Ryan G channel Vishnu G last night, okay? And there, he was like, I've never felt so calm. I've never felt so balanced before. My mind is always running, you know? That's amazing, right? That's amazing that you can make your mind just suddenly just become zen, become present again. If it's always talking, if it's always chattering, you use the mantra to harmonize. Okay, you trust in the energy of that being. Okay. Also, speaking of Krishna, man, okay, you've heard of these guys chanting in the streets of the U.S., right? The Krishna consciousness, ISKCON people, right? Man, they're so high vibe, man. They don't have a care in the world, right? They're so carefree. That's that energy that you're tapping into. There's many funny stories of Krishna, bro. There's one story where he like, I think he ate some mud, and his mom was like, "Why did you eat that mud? Open your mouth right now, little Krishna." Right? And Krishna is just like, he opens his mouth, and the entire universe is inside his mouth. I think that's the time when you as a mom have got to be like, okay, that's hella weird. I'm gonna walk away, right? Like, okay, my kids are gifted. There's like another story where he like kills this demon or whatever, and then like the spirits of the god, like the goodness of the spirit of the man came about, right? And said, I was actually trapped by that demon. So thank you for rescuing me, Lord Krishna. Right. And basically like he what was I gonna say? Yeah, that basically he was like, I'm now free, right? So he freed him from that demon's wrath or whatever without even knowing it, right? He sort of did it unconsciously. Then there was this woman who tried to breastfeed him, and actually her breast milk was poisonous, right? These stories, bro. But Krishna started to suck the life force out of her nipple, bro. And she was like, obviously a weird demonic being, right? She went in with hatred and malice, and of course she's gonna get that from a god, right? You're not gonna get away with that. You're not gonna poison a god. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, Krishna's energy is very powerful, light, freedom, right? Upward spiral energy. So it's Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, right? Um, let's see here. Was that osmosis that was communicating with me outside of the Zoom meeting? Um, was that osmosis? No. Um, I don't think it was osmosis. Are you saying when we were talking, Prosper P, or you mean like after the channeling, like in your own daily life? If you could clarify that. Okay, so C, right? C, of course, we spoke about it, but let's recap. It's chanting, okay? The chanting and making the natural chanting, okay? During the channeling, but I wasn't able to join. Um, I think you arrived right after the channeling, right? Prosper P. So yeah, you were communicating to me during that time. You weren't communicating to Osmosis, I don't think, unless if he was talking like this, then probably it was him, okay? I was by myself meditating while it was going on. Oh, okay. Interesting. Was Prosper B tapping into Osmosis' energy? No, but it seems like you were tapping into your crown. Oh, okay, that exact accent. Yeah, then it was Osmosis. Yeah. You were probably tapping into probably your own crown chakra energy, because that's the energy I was tapping into, at least of my higher crown and my higher self. And yeah, the intergalactic, yeah, the exact accent. Yeah. Um, very trippy. Very, very trippy. Uh, yeah, I need to rewatch that, man. That was so trippy for me while I was going through it. Okay, so diet is the next one. Okay, really watching what you eat and making sense of it all, right? Like if you're hurting an animal and you're killing it and eating it, right? Uh, you're gonna have the karmic repercussions of that animal, but also this is what I do. I bless my meat or any kind of meat that I'm eating before I eat it or consume it for the pain uh, or the suffering that it's gone through in terms of its samsara. And there's clearly a karmic loop that's led to me, you know, hey, maybe this chicken had to die for me to get better protein or muscles or whatever, right? Like it's like, I don't know. I understand it in that way, right? So I'm not a huge like, maybe I will be in the future, but I'm not vegetarian in that sense. I think we need a healthy consumption of protein, you know? So diet, I think, is important. Again, I'm not going to say what diet to follow. Everybody's diet is different. Your body might not tolerate certain things. There's people nowadays with a gluten allergy or like lactose problems or all this kind of stuff just coming out of the woodworks. Allergies. I used to grow up with so many allergies, bro. But then I realized that honey was one of the cures for that. Like, I don't know why, but that just worked for me. Like, whenever I feel an allergic reaction, I take honey, like natural honey, and organic honey, and it just goes away, right? It's amazing. Of course, if it goes to extreme, I wouldn't advise that. Take like a whatever uh, hypoallergenic or whatever you call it, right? Uh, Still hot as Hell's Kitchen up here, guys. Incredible, incredible, incredible how I'm able to transmute this heat too by talking to you guys. Last one, we have etiquette. Etiquette for just your own spiritual process, your own, clarity as a shaman, your, etiquette with the being that you're communicating to, and so forth. Diet is very important. Yeah, I myself realized that during the meeting, I probably need to switch my diet due to its healing. Yeah, but I need balance. Yeah, man. Um, Diet is so key and crucial, right? Because your body spends time digesting certain things. I realize I need to stop eating protein like right before I sleep. Like I sometimes will have I have these oats, bro. It's so delicious though. Like this whey protein, like a dark chocolate whey protein peanut butter thing that I mix with my oats, right? It's great for protein. It gives you a lot of protein, right? And just with milk, right? Just like oats and milk. And I used to have that before sleeping. But then my body would spend time digesting the protein from that whey protein as I'm sleeping, you see? So that was messing up my energy, not only digesting through the night, but also in the mornings, right? And so, but I just kept doing it, right? I didn't see the pattern until one of my deities pointed it out to me. Stop doing this. Right. And then I brought it up with my trainer, and then he pointed it out to me, and then I got some other source. And so you have to start from the spiritual and then get the logical backing and mental understandings, and everything's gonna, kick in. Like if you can see the spiritual realms first and experience it like that, and then slowly add structure to it through your physical living in the world, that's the best, man. So let's say that I pick up this coffee right now. Does this spark a good feeling for me? Does this activate my joy, right? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I felt that. I felt that. I really did. Okay. But for something else, this is how I'm able to say no when like because you go to a lot of like family weddings and weird shit in India, right? A lot of relative meetings and just random events that surprise you, right? Some puja sometime and like some festival somewhere, right? And so you gotta really remain conscious of your diet during these times because the relatives will say, no, just have one more Indian sweet, just one more. That's the devil, bro. I swear to you. You can just have a little slice of pie. And then your grandmother does that too, right? That's literally my old city. Yeah, bro. My goodness. It's like chill. I just want to have a salad for today and just chill in the corner, right? But no, you have to try the latest taste, right? Or whatever. I can imagine that's really funny. Imagining that prosper people. Um, yeah, it's like they like force you, right? They impose their will on you. It's like weird almost. It's like, yo, okay. It's like maybe they want it for their own validation or their cooking skills or whatever it is, right? But it's still a weird thing, right? And you sometimes you just have to be like, no is no and enough is enough. Or you have to go to a party and you have to be like, I can't drink that, but I have to show others that I'm drinking. So I have to like have some water in a wine glass or whatever, right? Like you gotta find ways around it, obviously. But understand that these little white lies aren't gonna present themselves well too. So I would actually be radically honest with everyone around me. If they can take it, they can take it. If they can't, they can't. But it's not no ultimatum, right? It's not like they have to go down this path or this way, right? It's not a Goosebumps novel. Turn to page 13 or 49, right? It's not going to be like that. Like life has so many loopholes and different ways that you can do it. There's so many ways up the mountain to nirvana. You know what I'm saying? So let's find out our own way. Let's find out our own way. This is hilarious. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I love how I call this activate your inner lightning to calm your mental storms because really that's what it is. It's a mental storm. And you have to slowly understand that this is happening. The rain is happening for the crops to grow right now. My mentals, yes, it's a storm in my mind right now, but through the mantra, the storm passes and the clouds come up and the sunlight peers through. Right? That's how I want you to use this. So in one moment you get triggered, right? Someone tells you something you don't want to hear or whatever. You go inwards, you constrict, you start to see these patterns, you start to overwhelm yourself with all these thoughts around it. You pick a mantra and you move. Oh my, oh, Vajraguru, Bama City home. Oh my, oh, Vajraguru, Bama City home. Right? You're just like jamming to that in your like local Walmart or whatever, right? Imagine somebody just in that vibe and in that frequency, right? They can embody all the masculine archetypes. In one moment, they can be a lover. At one moment, they can be a magician. In one moment, they're the king who's dominant, right? Another part, he's like, hold on a second. Maybe I need to be a warrior right now. Boom, takes action, comes back, makes love to his girl, you know, and suddenly he changes into the magician, makes some potion, herbal concoction that helps him with his gastric issues, and then wakes up. And, this is what I'm imagining literally with this archetypical, blend of this like polymath, modern Renaissance mystic man, coming in, recreating like the golden dawn is here, right? It's like the golden era is now. Let's have the Kali Yuga become the Satya Yuga already through our lived experiences and our consciousness. I don't know who's speaking through me right now. It might be Hermes, okay? But this is a big energy, man, that's coming through me right now. I don't know what this is, honestly. Okay, so okay, Prosper says, a part of me was stuck in fear-based thinking without even knowing so. Oh man, I know it's so deceptive, it's so cunning, you know? The fear-based mentality is so cunning. It just can get uh so intricately woven right into your natural thinking patterns that you think it's for your survival, but it's really some kind of weird programming, right? It's keeping you in a loop. I get that, man. You got to expose it to the light. The light is afraid of the dark. Just an absence of light, you know? So just shine it with light. Just be like, yo, this is what it is. Boom. Hey, if you're nervous talking to that girl, go tell her. You are so intimidating. You know, I'm nervous to talk to you right now. And I came over and said, hi, what's up? You know, she's going to respond to that way better than you being like, hi, do you maybe want to, right? You hiding from it, you denying it, you don't not knowing what to say, you going into your head about you, bro. You got to trust in that middle point, right? That neutral space where you're just like, I know what to do. I trust, right? I trust. And when you have that energy, it's such a present container, right? Such a powerful ripple effect. Makes you feel so confident and so positive, right? It's that love-based mentality, okay? It becomes a mentality. I wouldn't even say it's more of a beingness, right? The fear is in the mind because it's the future, right? It's like, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? And it's trying to teleport into these negative circumstances, and you're just like, no, 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 no. I'm right here. I'm right now. That was then. That was now. You know what's happened. What's going to happen in the future? I have no idea. I'm just going to live it. You know. I never fully wrap my head around all this complex stuff. It doesn't even make sense anymore, but yet it does. I know what you mean, man. That again, that's the mind though. You know what I mean? You're in your mental analysis mode, right? Trying to like take this concept and merge it to this other one. Whereas you just need to bring those concepts embodied into your physical beingness, right? It's like I can tell myself all I want, like, you know, let's say I'm a confident swimmer. I'm a confident swimmer. You know, I had a swimming incident, drowning incident when I was a kid, right? But that's still playing in my head when I say I'm a confident swimmer. I'm a confident. So the image doesn't match up to the words. The image in my head still remains the same that I'm drowning. So how can I possibly spit some reality like yeah, but the image in my head is the complete opposite. You see, so I'm out of alignment. Now, when I am in alignment, everything flows, everything is synchronous, right? So now if I'm like, I'm a confident swimmer and I see myself actually being able to swim and I change that concept, right? That belief of myself, it's a self-concept thing, right? So your past or there's one version of you. Okay, so let's draw it out. It's easier. Okay. Little dude over here, inner child, higher self, whatever you want to call this, right? Future, past, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So this is the self-concept, right? What do you think of yourself as? But it's more so what, like, as we discovered last night, Ryan G's channeling is more so, wait, I wrote it down. How do I feel good about me? Right? How do I feel good about me? So the idea is the version of myself, I think, from this version is a procrastinator, right? Bro, I put everything off. You know, I don't want to do it. I push it away. I'm lazy. I can't, you know, I'm complacent. I can't do it right away. So I have to push it away because I'm scared of doing it now, right? That's one way you're perceiving this reality. Now, your higher self actually sees this as different. Okay. This version has a different perception of this procrastination that you're calling. Okay. And they're seeing it as a gift, but you're seeing it as a cruel joke in your life. Which perception do you think is going to win? Which frame is going to win in the mind, right? The one that's giving you more benefits. Okay. Now you're a professional procrastinator. Okay. Or whatever, right? You just reframed it. So the process is I've taken this whole idea, this mirage, this weird fear-based mentality, and I'm piercing it with love, right? Like a love harpoon. I'm going, right? And it's bleeding out full of love and positivity, you know? And now procrastination is just like, yo, I just need to take my time before my decisions, you know? I need to take more conscious breaths before positive inclinations in moments in my life. Alchemize it. Exactly, man. You got to alchemize it. That's what you're here for. That's what you're here to learn in this world, in this dimension, man. How can you make it so that you allow it to shape you into the greatest version? See what I'm saying? It's a powerful understanding once you get it. It's a bit complex, but I just like to feel it out like this, right? Because you could have, like, let's say a parent part of you going like, you have to be kind to this woman. You have to be so polite to her and do everything for her, right? Making you into a weird people pleaser dude, right? Like some kind of a fake like knight in shining armor that you watched on a Disney Channel or something, but never really like that, what works, But then you have a child self that's like, yeah, right. I'm gonna run free. I'm gonna be carefree. I'm gonna forget all that. I don't even want to date. I blah 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 blah. Right? The Peter Pan little boy inside, but then the mother's voice inside kind of scolding that inner child, right? And so we have a parental force in the mind. This is all happening mentally, by the way. It's like you're saying, I'm going to do something, and then you have your mom's voice looming over you or something like, but I wonder if she thought that about it. Wonder if I'm letting her down, right? And all this negativity starts to happen, right? So what I do, and this is a very powerful visualization, I merge this version with this version until they fuse, and all I have is emptiness. I have an empty mind now. I don't have these characters floating around in there anymore. You see? Then I can take all of it holistically and just feel that inner peace quickly. That's how I alchemize it personally. But there's other ways to do this, obviously, right? Everyone has their talents, their, gifts with this, how they alchemize. Some people prefer music, and some people prefer, dancing it out or whatever. It's whatever really works for you in the moment. This is why we're freestyle shamans, so we can improvise our solutions. We don't have to always rely on the external. We can come back to here. If the kingdom of heaven really is within, there's a knowingness of that. There's not like a guesswork, right? If there's just like a like a beaming presence that's already there and a part of you. But the moment it goes up to the mind, it starts to overthink. What should I do? How should I say it? What's the point of this, right? So you need to bring that mind down. This is what we call dropping in. So you take the mind, you imagine it just dropping into your heart. Now the mind cannot survive in this land of love. You see what I'm saying? The logos cannot really survive with this pathos coming in. So it has to merge. There has to be a mind-heart synchrony at some point. And that's when you feel aligned. That's when you feel you're tapped in. When your mind and heart are best friends. This is how I've understood Horus's energy too. Is that pure focus, pure alignment, right? I'm going to take massive aligned action towards my goal or outcome without being persistent on what the outcome needs to be, without attaching myself to that. You see? So it'll unfold as it should. There's this one, you got to be careful with this, guys. Let me tell you. If you are a man praying to so many goddesses and you're doing these mantra techniques with goddesses, you are going to be a feminine man. I'm going to tell it to you like it is, okay? I'm not going to BS. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. I'm here as Primal Sutra. This is a social work, guys, okay? Really. There was once a man who devoted himself to the Great Mother. Yo, I'm not playing though, Prosperity. Some of these guys think I'm playing. They're gonna be bitches, right? Like, so the thing about it is, if there was once this great yogi and he devoted his life to the Great Mother, and then he got titties. The guy got man boobs. Okay? He got feminine looking breasts from devoting his life to the mother energy. Think about it, bro. You know? He had so many mommy issues. No, I'm not hating on that guru, whatever. That's his life. That's just a weird projection I'm doing right now. But whatever it is, don't fall into that trap. Don't do it. Okay? I've tried to channel Harmonia's energy before. I felt so emotional, bro, the next few days. I couldn't get anything done. I was so indecisive. You know? I was like, do I do this? Or I'm just a little bit confused. I need some masculine guidance. What? No, I naturally know what to do, bro. Right? It's in each moment I have to decide what to do. That's the energy of this. That's the divine masculine. That's like, hey, let's go over here, bro. Hey, I want to move in that direction. Do you want to join me? That's the energy. It's not like, uh, so what do you want to do today? When I hear that, I cringe, bro. I know because I've been there before, right? That's like an old version of me. I need to shake that guy off. Oh, you know, visuals of nice guy syndrome coming in. Okay. Um, so what do you want to do today? Oh, it hits your heart, right? You hear someone say that. Um, but if you're like, hey, let's go here. Do you want pizza or sushi today? You have a certainty about it, right? You know what you want to eat. You don't dilly dally in your choices, bro. It's like you're deciding something on Netflix and you take like a whole 2 hours. That's a feminine energy. Think about it, right? Just letting myself get lost in all the choices. Do I want horror today? Or do I want a little bit of romance? Bro, what are you doing? Set a timer on that shit and, you know, pick the one that feels good in the moment or whatever, right? Just like, oh, watch that. And if that sucks, I'm going to watch something else, right? That's the mentality of this thing. Like, you have to actualize yourself as a shaman and realize there's certain things that are purposeful and actually work. And there's certain things where you're just, whimsically looking at the clouds, poetically swimming in a stream, bathing in a sauna, with your toenails painted or whatever. Like, you can do all that, and that's valid, but is it helping your spiritual process and journey? Okay. Hey, maybe Lucifer wants you to paint your nails and do all that, but I'm not gonna, advocate for that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I fell into that thing back in the day. I mean, why do all these rock stars look like girls? Hey, yes, exactly, Prosper P. Got to take action and allow yourself to flow with it. And that's it. Flow is active meditation. You see that? You being in the zone throughout your day, being very you know, conscious, letting go, tapping in, resting. Conscious, letting go, tapping in, resting. And it just becomes this beautiful cycle of action and rest, right? And you have the right balance of action and rest throughout your days. That's flow, man, and that's living in the flow. That's the lifestyle I live, bro. You know, I allow myself to weave like this: action, rest, action, rest, action, rest, action, rest. And there's little gaps between our work time and then what I have to do next and what I have to do next, right? And so there's this nice, like, this sine wave, not this sin wave, okay? The wave of sin is just like this, and it's like, oh man, I'm so depressed. Oh, I'm so inspired. Oh, I'm so depressed. Oh, I'm so inspired, right? That's the mood swing one. This one is like action, rest, action. All right, let's rest now. All right, let's take more action. Let's go. All right, I need to rest this one out, man. Oh, take 5, okay? I'm on the bench, okay? Tag me in, bro. Boom, I'm here to, okay? Like, that's it. But this is a sport. Look at spirituality like a sport, right? Take it that seriously, like you're an Olympian of spirituality, okay? Like you want to be an ascended master in your next life. That's how I want you to do this thing. Devote yourself to this thing, right? But be conscious of what you're holding in your mind, okay? I'm deciding I might change some of my deities around. I'm, sensing in the future I would need myself and adjust myself to do that. Why? Different phases of your life will acquire a different circumstance of deities to come and help you. In my life right now, Krishna hasn't been a huge proponent, but right now I'm sensing Krishna's energy more than ever. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, you got to know the journey will slowly reveal itself, and all we're doing is just seeking truth. But we're not even seeking, it's just a knowingness after a while. Though I've realized that I withhold myself from being in the flow state on how I come across to other people. Then you're out of the flow, bro. You know what I mean? Because when you're thinking about the self, you're not really in the zone, are you? Right? It's from that selflessness where you let go of how you come across that you're actually going to tap yourself in way further, you know? And again, this is the language. You've realized it. Now you have the real eyes to see what being in the flow state really is. You see what I'm saying? You've realized it, meaning you now have higher consciousness, perhaps, better pair of eyes, better perception or perspective to see how you're just holding yourself back, right? Or you're like hesitating, or your mind is coming in, or whatever is happening in them, right? So sometimes you just want to look at these thoughts from a distance and be like, just observe them, just watch them, you know? Just watch them like a river flowing. And then realize I am the containment, I am the riverbed. You get it? The river's flow is Shakti, but the outlines and the borders is the masculine energy of the river that allows it to flow and not destroy the land. You see? So the grounded masculinity, the earthing, needs to come through for our natural Shakti principle. This is what we're going to learn next month, by the way, guys. Maname. We have all of this energy, but if we're not putting it to good use, you're going to fizzle yourself out. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get blasts of sensation and euphoria, but not know what to do with it. This is why you need a proper physical practice along with something like SR, semen retention, right? Because if you're raising your frequency and vibration, but you're bringing in all of your old storylines up with you, right? So you got to clean up as you're retaining. You got to purify as you're doing that, right? And I'm going to really set my container on stopping myself to scroll on social media, right? Because that's really how the mind gets to you. That's why chakra work with SR is important as fuck. That's right, man. Exactly, man. You'll have that weird energy just sitting there, right? Not knowing what to do with itself. That's why you've got to shoot it into your chakras, right? Let's say if I hold it in my crown, I could get those downloads, and I bring it into my heart, and then I can have a loving experience with someone. And I put it through my sacral, and I'm creating something beautiful, right? Or I'm dancing. And then I'm bringing it to my solar plexus and I'm taking action. And then, and so I'm, right, my chakras are flowing throughout my day as I'm taking on different things. But this is why I love also having a main chakra path working. If I can say, hey, I'm going to feel sexy, bro, next month, that's the goal. Hey, that's the goal. Okay. And however that manifests, I don't know. I have to use it as self-image practice. By the way, Prosper Pete, there's a self-image practice. I don't know if you've heard of this. Where you say yai and you burn the old self-image in your sacral chakra to the new one. Try that out. Try that out. I'm giving that to you for free. Try that one out. It's going to be powerful. So just yai, okay? Y-A-I. Yai. Okay? All right? Like how Valley Girl would say it. Yai. Okay? So you go yai, and you imagine old Prosper P and Zos, or new Prosper P, whatever, right? And the old image is just being burnt away by this new image. Actually, this happened to me in a dream, bro. Durga showed up. I don't know if you know Durga, it's warrior energy, right? The huntress energy showed up. And it burned away some of my old karma. I don't know what happened, right? I felt this like this weird purging energy, and then she burnt it away. Then I woke up. It's like, whoa, whoa. I do have Durga out there outside my window. So that could definitely be one of the cases, right? She's there in the presence and she's looking out for me. So as maybe someone's trying to get to me or attack me. Oh, Zos is old me. I went undercover for you to see how stronger I've gotten. Bet. Cool. Um, but yeah, old and new, right? Whatever it is. So maybe Zos is the old one, whatever, right? So yeah, you just envision the old one being burnt by the newer hologram in your sacral chakra. So that's a few inches below your belly button, right? And that goddess within, she's going to guide you further. She's going to guide it further. It's not like a goddess, like a, it's not like a feminine energy. It's more like a Shakti flow. So it's more like an energy flow that you're going to sense that as. It's not like a female type of energy. Just putting that out there. Okay. So, awesome. Any other questions? I think I'm going to wrap this one up, but it's very clear the ABCDE method. Okay. Associations, books, chanting, diet, etiquette. That's it. Right. Just focus on these and you'll be good. Okay. Who are you associating with? What are the books you're reading? The chanting, continue with the mantras, the diet, and the etiquette. That's it. Etiquette is more so related to your character, how you're developing yourself, right? If I give myself, let's say I get a tantric initiation and I get the name from a guru of some sort to change my name, then it's a naming ceremony or whatever, right? Then my whole 1/3 of my soul would change. You guys get that? Because that maybe guru version of me has all of these hidden siddhis and powers, right? All these secret hidden things that I would have to let go of certain things in order to embody that identity level shift. You see? So think about how powerful that is, and think about how we're doing that with our technology already, like with the Rykov, with the deity yoga, with just like, finding a way to merge with our best selves, just truly living with that, like living at one, at peace with it, not in discord with it, right? I find it interesting how, it's named discord. You guys know what discord is? That's the opposite of harmony. Isn't that wild? Right? You guys are thinking, oh, Discord server, it's so cool, man. But look at how many people go on there. Look at the chat in these Discord servers. What in the world happened? Okay, I don't know if you've ever been a part of a Discord server before, but as a mystic, I understand these hidden things, right? Like I see the discord is associated with the goddess Discordia. Okay? Discord is disgusting. Exactly, bro. It's like, what? It's out of alignment, it's out of harmony. It's from the name. That's old me, man. Yeah, bro. But it gets to you, right? And you start sinking to the level of that consciousness of that discord. That's where Zos came from. Oh, well, there you go. Right? It's like you come from this very weird filtered community that shapes your perception of you. Like eventually, if you become like a Redditor consciousness, you're gonna take yourself there, bro. But you're doing it to yourself also. So it's about time where you go, holy shit, let me take some responsibility for who I actually am and be that guy, Just be him. Just trust in myself and my own potential. I know where I'm coming from, but I also know where I'm going. Okay. And this is where the old self-image burns in the sacral, right? To the new one that emerges. So yeah, discord to harmony. Okay. Discordia to harmonia. Okay. Let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you for commenting. Prosper P helps the algorithm. You already know. We're all gonna make it. Okay, we're all gonna win. Let's get it. I'll see you guys in the astro.